I'm Larry Marble. Come on down my pecan tree-lined lane through the screen door into Down on the Farm Radio's kitchen table. Hop Sing's going to serve us a big old heaping helping of chicken fried steak and jalapeno gravy, nanny cheese rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. I'll be pouring the iced tea while we check ag weather for the central region of Down on the Farm Country. Mostly sunny today, 93 and 68. Mostly sunny Thursday the 15th, 92 and 61. Temperatures drop on a cloudy Friday the 16th. Clouds, 72 the high, 57 the low, 20% chance of moisture. Saturday, mostly sunny, 80 and 66. Sunny on Sunday, 89 and 67. In neighbor, then we have a 30% chance of moisture on Monday the 19th and Tuesday the 20th. Thunderstorm likelihood, 30% again, but I don't see us getting more than 3 or 4 tenths. 86 and 66 are highs and lows Monday and Tuesday, with an 85 and a 67 and a 20% chance of rain on Wednesday the 21st. Neighbor, there's your ag weather for the central portion of Down on the Farm Country. Neighbor, let's take a look at our commodities of ag interest, and I remind you that we have to do these a little bit early. So by the time you hear what I have read, it's been a few minutes. So just remember, this is just a picture or a snapshot of a price in time, and it's never intended for you to use it to make a trade. December corn up 1 1/4, 392 1/2. November beans up 9 1/2 at 1053 1/2. December soybean meal 361.70 by the ton at 570. December Kansas City hard red winter wheat's down 420 at 527 even money. November West Texas intermediate crude up 62 at 40.82. Your December live cattle contract down 140 at 109.82. January feeder cattle down 92 1/2 at 133.30. December lean hogs up 162 at 67.75. Your number 2 cotton contract down 20 at 68.63. And your December U.S. dollar index down 261 points at 93.27. Neighbor, there are your commodities of ag interest as close to this noon hour as we can get them. Neighbor, now it's time for my friend Tom Nicoletti and Texas News and Views. Tom, what's our topic?
XtendFlex soybeans gain European regulatory approval. I'm Tom Nicoletti with Texas News and Views from the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. More after these messages.
What's impressive about Pioneer brand sorghum? I'm here in the Rio Grande Valley, Texas, sorghum country, but also sugarcane aphid country. This field is one of over 60,000 test plots. That's a lot of data, and the reason why Pioneer sorghum dominates the industry in yield potential and sugarcane aphid tolerance. A test plot in the Rio Grande Valley, another place that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. Contact your local Pioneer sales representative.
Nutrien Ag Solutions strives to help you lead the field by providing access to the latest digital tools to meet today's farming challenges, including best of the best innovative technologies like real-time field monitoring and data collection, plus services to help you manage invoices, payments, and crop planning. Seize the opportunity this season and beyond. Find your local crop consultant at nutrienagsolutions.com.
Bayer announced recently that the European Commission has authorized XtendFlex soybean technology for food, feed, import, and processing in the European Union. With this approval, Bayer can look forward to a full launch in the United States and Canada in 2021. My guest today as part of Bayer's virtual media event is Alex Zenteno. She is with Bayer Crop Science, the dicamba product manager. And today we're going to be talking about Roundup Ready Xtend crop systems and specifically, Alex, XtendiMax herbicides for weeds and invasive species in farmers' crop fields. Talk about the latest technology available for farmers this season and how 2020 progressed for them.
Well, farmers have expressed a lot of need and support for the dicamba technology, and 2020 was really both a very challenging and successful year. While we, along with other farmers and really industry groups, were disappointed in the ruling from the Ninth Circuit, the silver lining is that there has been a tremendous outpour of support for the Extend system. And it really highlights the need for choice in the marketplace, as well as the weed control provided to Texas farmers by the Roundup Ready Extend crop system. In June, the Ninth Circuit Court issued a ruling that vacated the XtendiMax registration, along with other low volatility dicamba products. But fortunately, EPA issued an existing stocks order a couple of days later, which allowed Texas farmers to continue using the product until the end of July.
So looking ahead to 2021 and the growing season, talk about this crop protection tool for farmers and what they can look forward to.
When it comes to the seed, right, with the Extend system, we continue to see strong yield and agronomic performance in both our Extend soybeans, Extend Flex soybeans, and of course our Extend Flex cotton. But when it comes to XtendiMax, right, the EPA is currently reviewing our submission in support of a new registration for 2021 and beyond. And our submission included new data and analysis, including by independent academics, which should allow EPA to make a science-based decision on a new registration for XtendiMax. So when it comes to really the Extend system, right, Bayer has always been focused on innovation, and this is not an exception. On the seed side, we have XtendFlex, still a planned launch for soybeans in 2021 with the addition of glufosinate.
The bottom line, crop quality and higher yields for farmers across the board is what you folks are looking at and farmers are wanting, right?
Absolutely. When it comes to 2020, we continue to hear from growers that they're very satisfied, right, when they purchase the Extend system. Both the seed and XtendiMax is provided very strong yields and agronomic performance.
Those comments again from Alex Zenteno. She is in St. Louis with Bayer Crop Science. She is the dicamba product manager.
In Texas, there's pea-size hail and baseball-size hail. Guess which one hit our house? We didn't even know where to begin, but we called our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent, and he was so reassuring. He knew exactly what to do to get our house back into shape and our lives back to normal. Now, we're even more thankful for the roof over our heads.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to insure your home for Texas-size weather. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
This is Texas News and Views. I'm Tom Nicoletti with the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Neighbor Hop Singh said he is ready to serve, and I'm ready to pour the iced tea. And Henry Pickett is ready to eat with us. That's Henry Pickett, Abilene Livestock. They sell them every Tuesday. Henry, I understand from you and folks in your country that it was kind of rough up there yesterday.
I guess this October weather, nobody's wanting to try to fight these calves, the cool nights and the warm days. We ended up with about 750 cattle and 160-something cows. It looked like the Packer cow market was steady to down 2 to 3, and the Packer bulls were down 2 to 3. All these light calves were $3 to $5 cheaper. 5-weight cutting bulls, and I guess it really has to do with the weather, but they were down probably 5 to 10.
As opposed to the Monday sales, how did everything stack up?
Oh, I think it was a little cheaper.
Okay.
All the way across.
Right. Well, what do you know for this next week?
We've got a few small consignments for our weaned calf sale, and then we've had a few calls on a few more reduction in cow herds.
Right. Well,
not a whole lot at this time. I think there's still a lot of farmers trying to get their, as dry as it is, still trying to finish up with their crops and everything.
Right. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you for next week.
Here at the sale barn, you can contact us at 325-673-7865, or my cell number is 940-733-8208.
We appreciate you, Henry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rumensin presents Trusted by Generations. Headquartered in Amarillo, Texas, Cactus Feeders has been producing high-quality protein at their feed yards in Texas and Kansas for over 40 years. They work hard each day to make sure the beef they produce is safe and nutritious. Director of Nutrition Kendall Carr and General Manager of Wrangler Feed Yard Randy Shields have been working together at Cactus Feeders for 20 years. We asked them what they view as the most vital ingredient in their success. For Kendall, trust comes before anything else, and that includes doing business with a handshake. Beyond trust in their partners, Kendall knows it's important for consumers to trust the beef they consume. Randy believes it all comes back to the handshake deal, that when you make a commitment, you follow through with that commitment. Both Kendall and Randy are proud to carry on the legacy of helping people learn and grow in the beef cattle business. Rumensin has been trusted by generations of cattle producers to help build their legacy. What will your legacy be? Explore more legacy stories at trustedbygenerations.com.
Neighbor, I hear sheep and goats. That means it's time to talk to Benny Cox from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Benny, tell us how you sold sheep and goats yesterday.
You know, we ended up with just about the same number we had last week. We had 64.92 total head. Market was awful good compared to the week before. We didn't have enough wool lambs really to quote any kind of trend, but I can tell you they were $10 to $20 higher, all going to the ethnic kill, just like the hair slaughter lambs. They were $10 to $20 higher as well. The slaughter ewes, they were a little softer. Didn't have many of them. That might have been part of it. They were $5 to $10 lower. Kid goats sold firm with a few of these choice groups. We had a good many weather goats yesterday. I mean, big strings of goats where they went in there and castrated those things. And some of those, I would say, could have been as much as $10 higher on some of those really neat larger groups of those. Our slaughter nannies, they sold well, 120 to 172, not as high as they were the week before, kind of 135 to 155 on the majority of those things. Mature billies from 170 to 220. Looking at the wool feeder lambs, and like I say, there wasn't hardly any of them, but there was, 2 here and 3 here and whatnot. We had one group of 34. But anyway, they rank from 196 all the way up to 268 on the slaughter lambs, the lightweight end of those hair sheep type they were going to kill, 210 to 286. Heavier weights, those over 80 pounds, 160 all the way up to 234. And I'll tell you, those 160s or so, they had to be up there in that 100-pound range or so. Anyway, the slaughter ewes kind of from 60 up to 118, and any of those that were over that dollar mark would have been. There's a guy that'll buy some of those hair sheep types sometime and turn them out that are marginal, maybe not even good teeth, or the sores on their backs like they get, and he's the one that pushed those up that brought that much, but definitely went slaughter at 118. Now the kid goats, they sell in a range from 220 to 340. The majority of those mostly 275 to 295.
How about the cattle sale?
We're starting off with 4 or 5 bunches of those, truckload lots of those older cows. I doubt there'll be a lot to pregnancy test on those, and it's fairly light other than that. So with that calf sale we had Monday where we sold over 800, we may be a little shy of what we've been seeing here lately. Of course, we've been up around that 2,000 mark.
Right. Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
They can call me on my mobile. It's 325-234-4277. Office, same area code, 653-3371. Or they can always look at the web, which is producersandcargyle.com.
Neighbor, now it's time for today's edition of the Texas Wildlife Radio Show with my friend Jessica Dommel. Jessica, what's our topic?
Wildlife evaluation requirements. I'm Jessica Dommel with the Texas Wildlife Radio Show on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. Texans who have land that qualifies and is appraised as agricultural land may be eligible for wildlife management valuation. Today, we're once again joined by Greg Simons, president of the Texas Wildlife Association Foundation, to discuss how a landowner can qualify. He says the landowner must perform at least 3 of the following activities: habitat control or management, erosion control, predator control, providing supplemental supplies of food or water, providing shelter, and making census counts to determine population. Simply feeding ducks or deer won't get you there. The land must also be used to propagate a sustaining breeding, migrating, or wintering population of indigenous wild animals. To qualify, a landowner must also create and submit a wildlife management plan giving information on the property's history and current use, establishing landowner goals for the property, and providing a set of activities designed to integrate wildlife and habitat improvement.
You have to have a wildlife management plan that's submitted to the Central Appraisal District. And then it's up to the appraiser to review that and either approve it, to perhaps question it regarding having a visit with the property owner, or to reject it. But a wildlife management plan is one of the central requirements that you need to file with the Central Appraisal District. It's a standardized plan, and some of that was brought about in 2001 when there was legislation that was passed that created some standardized protocols, some standardized practices that are part and parcel to this.
That was Greg Simons. We'll have more with him here tomorrow on the Texas Wildlife Radio Show.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? Olivia, Minnesota, next to a field planted with Pioneer brand Enlist E3 soybeans. This field looks peaceful, but like every field, there's a constant battle going on against weeds. Right now, the farmer of this operation is making a pass with what looks like a 120-foot sprayer boom. Enlist E3 soybeans offer the most advanced trait technology on the market. And while it's new to most farmers, it's not new to Pioneer. Pioneer experts and agronomists have already completed hundreds of on-farm trials, all so that acres like this have healthy soybeans with great yield potential. Enlist E3 soybeans on a farm in Olivia. Another thing that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Domel.
Neighbor, let's see if we can squeeze one more livestock market operator report in right quick. Cowboys are riding hard down to help Gary Butler gather cattle for this next Monday's sale. That's what Gary was doing last night. Heck, he was talking to me in the dark, looking for cattle with his headlights. Gary, good to talk to you. Tell us how they sold them Monday.
Larry, we wind up with 1,264 head, 195 cows and 17 bulls. Calf market looks like it took a pretty good hit this week, Larry. Looks like they're anywhere from $5 to $10 off. A lot of cattle coming right now, and it don't look like any rain in the forecast, so a lot of cattle coming. They're going to sell them. 2 and 3 weight steers, $1.14 to $1.78. Heifers, $1.11 to $1.60. 3 and 4 weight steers, $1.24 to $1.78. Heifers, $1.06 to $1.80. 4 and 5 weight steers, $1.10 to $1.68. Heifers, $1.02 to $1.26. 5 and 6 weight steers, $1.04 to $1.40. Heifers, $98 to $1.67. 6 and 7 weight steers, $1.01 to $1.33. And heifers, $93 to $1.18. 7 and 8 weight steers and bull yearlings, $1.02 to $1.27. And the heifers were $90 to $1.14. Like I say, they took a pretty good hit on the calf market. The good cattle, the quality cattle are still selling good, but the in-between cattle are sure taking a real hit.
Right.
Slaughter cows, 17 to 60. Slaughter bulls, 50 to 82. Stocker cows, 450 to 900. Had one pair, bring 550, Larry.
What do you know for next week?
I don't know of any cattle coming, Larry, but I'm sure we're going to have that 1,200 again.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Gary Butler.
You can catch us here at cell phone, Larry, 830-582-1561 or 62. Catch me on my mobile, 830-857-4330, Larry.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where has the Pioneer Audio Tour taken me today? I'm in Cottington County, South Dakota. I'm walking with Pioneer farmer Greg Willis. I'm here because Greg is dealing with some sort of fungal disease in his cornfield, and I'm going to identify it. I'm not a farmer, and I don't have a degree in agronomy, but I do have the Pioneer Seeds app and the Threat ID feature that comes with it. This is a new tool from Pioneer. All you have to do is take a photo of your crop. The image recognition technology will do the rest, and it puts the expertise of Pioneer agronomists in the palm of your hand. Gonna take a pic here, and the results are in. Gray leaf spot. Hopefully that means something to you, Greg, because it's way beyond my pay scale. The Pioneer Seeds app. Another thing that makes Pioneer, Pioneer. You'll hear more from me later. For now, let your local Pioneer sales representative hear from you.
Neighbor, let's take a look at the grains courtesy of John Tuggle. Call 800-288-4453. Corpus area Milo delivered to Corpus in October. D's plus $2, $10.56. Progresso $8.50. Yellow corn, 2 Corpus in October, D's plus 40, $4.31 and a quarter. We'll call Houston, D's plus 30, $4.21 and a quarter. We'll call Progresso, $8.25. Hard red winter wheat through Corpus in October, D's plus 75, $6.06 and a half. We'll call Houston D's plus $1 bill, $6.31 and a quarter. We'll call Houston beans, October, November delivery, November less 15, $10.29. We'll call Placido, November less 60, $9.84. Neighbor, we moved 4,700 bale of Texas cotton yesterday. Prices range from $61.83 to $64.83. Neighbor, looks to me like I have exhausted all the time that we've got for this edition of our program. Of course, I call it Down on the Farm, and they call me Larry Marble, and I call you my neighbor. Neighbor, I'll be back tomorrow for a live stream on our Down on the Farm Facebook page and our website, downonthefarmradio.com.